Hello everyone, my name is Medic Frog, and if you're new here, I like to do a little bit of everything on this channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a star-shaped house in Bloxburg requested by Slam/Ace. This is a little bit of an older request, which explains why we're going back to a trend from a couple years ago, but I figured why not? It's not going to hurt anything to do it now. If you would like to leave your own request for a video, maybe I'll actually get to it faster. Don't forget to leave a comment or leave a submission in the Google form, link in description. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So for your sake and mine, I went ahead and I cut out the bit where I was trying to make the initial star shape because it was actually kind of a pain in the butt. I did not think it would be as hard as it was. So here, as you can see, I started laying out how I wanted to kind of divide things up, where I wanted my rooms and stuff. It was kind of weird because of the shape, but I think I made it work. And then, you know, adding exterior stuff, doors, windows, etc. So I started out messing around with how I wanted to do the living room, but I was kind of struggling getting like something that I was actually happy with. So I took a break and I moved over to the kitchen, and I was also kind of struggling over here because I knew when I made the first bits of when I first divided up the walls, that I wanted to use that one long wall for the cabinets, but stuff like the fridge, and I had multiple different ideas kind of floating around, and I just wasn't really sure. So this was definitely where I started to realize that this whole thing was going to be a little bit of a struggle.
Even there, it's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world.
So I don't know where this idea came from, but I just randomly kind of decided that I wanted to do one of those like paper towel rolls that's attached to the underside of the cabinet. But Bloxburg doesn't have something like that, like already pre-made in-game. So I spent an insane amount of time working on this goofy little thing under the cabinet with custom shapes. And I'm honestly happier with the end result than I was. I feel like I could definitely do better if I attempted again, but it's not so bad.
I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
So as I started to get like the details and stuff down, you're seeing the kitchen is finally starting to come together. There was a lot of like random extra space in the middle. And in some builds that kind of works, but I just didn't care for it. So I went ahead and started placing down some islands and I kind of played around with that. So yeah.
That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
If you can't tell by now, I get pretty indecisive and can't like choose one spot to work on until it is completely finished. So I took a break once again from the kitchen. It's pretty much done by now though, and I went over to this little, I guess it's like a foyer entryway kind of thing. I mean, it's kind of an open layout type deal, but you know, and I just kind of placed like the table and I was just kind of playing around. I didn't really have like a plan over here as much as I did for like the kitchen and the living room. But like I'm pretty happy with it turned out, so.
Close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Believe it or not, I did not forget about the living room, and I finally came back to it and started adding some details on those shelves I placed earlier, and even recoloring some stuff. And I kind of struggled with how I wanted my color palette to look, and I played around with it a lot, so yeah, forgive me. continuing to go back through and recolor things that I had left before, I noticed there was still this weird empty spot, so I just kind of stuck this like larger bookshelf on it because it took up some space, and just spreading books out throughout it and like plants and little silly decorations. It's mostly just clutter, like it doesn't necessarily add more like aesthetic to the house. It just, you know, it just fills up space. So
The way your body syncopates, you're driving me crazy. Ah, and lately I ain't thinking straight. Your body's amazing. It's been a while, been a while.
Finally, I got on to the bedroom. I was a little bit like indifferent on how I wanted to do the bedroom, and I was kind of back and forth moving stuff around because this space was not ideal for a bedroom, but it's what I had to work with. It's part of the challenge. It's fine. But I put that little like custom shapes thing to make it like flatter to help, because I could cover it up with the fridge in the kitchen, and it kind of worked like where the TV's sitting and everything in the other rooms, but it was just weird in the bedroom. I kind of wanted to put a shelf there originally, but nothing was just really fitting. And then over here, once I got that settled, I started working on the desk, because I mean there's not really a lot else to do with that space. You just kind of gotta have bed and desk, and I was kind of indifferent on that too, but eventually I made it work. It was a little bit of a struggle, and I kind of just stole the color palettes. Yeah, and then over here I decided to start the bed, and the bedding is always one of the hardest parts for me. I always struggle trying to get the perfect like bed combination with all the extra blankets and stuff, and I struggled with that really bad to make it look like not like disgusting messy, but still like it's hard. I am definitely not the greatest builder, and I do not claim to be so, but it's okay. I think I made it work.
It's been a while, been a while, been a while.
So after struggling with that bed design, I kind of got something I like. It's not the best, but I was happy with it. And then I went over the desk, and I realized I wasn't entirely happy with the desk, and that's when I noticed the like fancy like nightstand. I don't know what that's called. And I put that because it filled up space and it like fit the like vibe I was trying to go for. And I realized like what the heck not? I could just put the desk too. And then I got distracted and started adding clutter to the bed, like a laptop and whatever else. But then I came back to the desk and just started adding details, and I'm pretty happy with how this one came out. So then I started working on the shelves, and I didn't really know what like vibe I wanted to go for in general. I played around with some paintings and stuff on the other wall as well, and changing things around. Overall, I didn't really know what like entire vibe I wanted to go with for this bedroom, let alone the entire house. I was definitely searching Pinterest a lot for help and inspiration, and I stole things here and there from random pins I found. But it was difficult to say the least. I don't even know what you would call this type of vibe that I came up with, but like it filled space on the walls, and like, is it the kind of bedroom I would want to live in? Not necessarily, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and I like the story it's kind of trying to tell here. So yeah.
When all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away for you, the weight for you, the weight for you. Don't need an omen.
So the shower came out good, but definitely trying to figure out where I wanted the toilet and the sink and the rest of the stuff in the bathroom. That was a struggle. I could not figure out what sink I wanted to use and how I wanted to put it and what I wanted to put on it, or nothing. It was a struggle, but I got it to work, and I liked the sink and I liked putting the little towels in it. That's not something I normally do, but it's a nice little detail.
When all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away for you, the weight for you, the weight for you. Don't need an omen.
I won't lie, as I got to this exterior, it finally felt real that I was actually going to finish this house, because it took forever for no reason. It was such a struggle. But you can see I started adding like a little sidewalk, and nothing like too complicated. It's your pretty basic like generic Bloxburg house that anyone could build. I do not claim to be a pro builder on here. If I tried hard enough, I'm sure I could do better, but I don't got that kind of time. So I just kind of started adding the final touches, making the exterior look nice, putting on the roof, coloring it so it looks all pretty from the outside. And I feel like I was doing a little bit too much here, but like at the same time, I didn't want it to look completely stupid. So yeah. And finally, the entire piece of this whole entire complicated puzzle, we have the backyard. And the backyard, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do on space. I kind of struggled to play around with it. But I got it. It was kind of I kept it square because I figured like it'd be weird if there was just that weird corner wall sticking out. If I did it like the whole like back side of the star, it'd probably turn out weird. And I decided to go for like a half and half sidewalk grass kind of design. It would probably be better doing this on like an actual like, what do you call them? Like suburban houses instead of, you know, star-shaped Bloxburg house. But, you know, it's not that bad. And you totally can't see the fridge sticking out of the wall. It's fine. So yeah, I'll let you finish watching what I did here and then it'll be tour time. Well, that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. This was a little bit different, but I'm definitely happy to have returned to some of the Bloxburg builds. I haven't done this in a while, and it was a lot of fun, even if it was a weird challenge and sometimes drove me nuts with the shape, and it definitely took me way longer than I thought it would to do. This video, I can't imagine how long it's going to be once post-editing, but it's okay. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you would like to suggest something, there is a link in the description box down below to my form where you can request your own video, or I do read comments. So if you have an idea and you don't want to mess with the form, just leave a comment and I may or may not do it. Also in the description box, there is a link to my other socials where you can find me. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and press all so you can get all notifications when I actually end up uploading, whether consistent or not. It's okay. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone!